Clint Cosgrove rivals national recruiting analyst here with a 4-star offensive lineman, Luke Burgess from New Palestine, Indiana. And you have announced a top 3 of Louisville, North Carolina, and Florida State. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming on to talk about it.
Of course.
So when you made this decision, you were pushing 30 offers, man. I mean, you're a national recruit. It came shortly after a visit to North Carolina. You were recently there, I believe, this past weekend.
Yep.
Tell me about that visit, how it impacted you announcing a top 3, and why North Carolina made it in your top 3.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously the visit went just went awesome. It was an amazing visit. It's all around from coaching to the actual college or university itself. I did just go last weekend, and before I went, I was actually kind of already in the process of starting to narrow stuff down, and they were my last stop before I really decided who I want to go to. So that visit was a big reason why they are my final 3. And then some stuff I really liked about North Carolina. Obviously, I already had a relationship with Coach Bicknell, the offensive line coach, because he was at Louisville prior. And then once he got to UNC, he then offered me from UNC. And then, my head coach, he's alumni from there. He played football there. So he told me all about it, and he told me I really should go. And I already had interest in it because it wasn't too far at all. I mean, it's only 9 hours. So, only an hour and a half flight. So then we drove over there. Some things I really enjoyed about the visit were the coaching staff. Like I said before, Coach Bicknell, I think he's an amazing coach. Him having NFL coaching experience, him really being able to see what it takes to get there is something really attractive to me. And then also Coach Brown, me and him we had about an hour and a half talk in his office and many talks throughout the day. And he's just a guy that I could really see myself playing for. And then obviously the university, it's an amazing university, and they have a lot of degrees I'm really interested in. So I would say that pretty much sums up why they're in my top 3.
Awesome. So going into it, and I know you were looking to trim down the list, did you think they would make the top 3, or was it because of the visit that kind of made it say, you know what, they are in the top 3?
I would say it was pretty up in the air. I mean, like I said before, me and Coach Bicknell already had a really good relationship when he was at Louisville. So I think that was one big thing that I kind of saw myself already liking UNC. And then the stuff, already Coach Ralph already told me, about the actual college and university itself. And then, but it was still up in the air. And then as soon as I got there, and after the first couple hours of my visit, I just, there was nothing wrong with it. And there were so many great positives. I really think that, that's just really why.
That's cool. Especially it doesn't hurt to have your high school head coach be all ACC at North Carolina, playing the position as well. So that's a pretty cool connection. Let's go into Louisville, another one of your top 3, not far from home. I know North Carolina's not, worlds away, but obviously a little closer to home. What made Louisville make your top 3, and what stands out about them?
I would say a huge thing that stands out to Louisville about me is the coaching staff. All the way from Coach Satterfield to Coach Cardwell, even the recruiting coordinators. I have a great relationship with everyone on the coaching staff, and so does my family. So I think it's a really big thing, and they're all coaches I can really see myself playing for, and all the way up to the head coach. I think they're all great people, and then especially Coach Cardwell. He's a younger O-line coach, I guess you can say, but he already has an amazing pedigree and a great experience. And I think that's something really attractive to me. Another thing, like you said, is closer to home. It's only 90 minutes from my house. So that would also really help. My parents and grandparents can make all my home games. And I think that's something really attractive to me as well. And then obviously the city. So I'm from a country town. So I think the city would be a really big, different experience, but a good experience for me.
That's awesome. And not to drop one on you, but, you do mention it being close to home.
Right.
Do you think that plays a big factor, or is it really just going to come down to what's best for you?
I would say it's not really going to be a huge factor, at least not as big as it used to be. Like I've said in previous interviews, I took a big trip down south, and I really saw, like, with today's transportation, you can get in a flight, get home in about 3 hours or 2 hours from North Carolina or Florida State. So I really don't see that being too much of a big impact to my decision.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. It doesn't matter how far you are. There's always a quick way of getting home. And
right.
we all know we all get a little homesick no matter where we go, even if it's down the street. I started out at Wisconsin, and my parents' house was probably 7 miles from campus, and I still got homesick. So it's nice to have those, transportation opportunities to make, no matter where it is, seem close to home. You mentioned Florida State, and that's the other one in your top three.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when we talked at Under Armour, I know you were excited about Florida State.
Right.
But at the same time, you're like, I need to see what it's like being in the South, being so far from home.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously that trip went well, and you did feel at home there for them to make your top three. Tell me about basically your experience at Florida State and why they made your top three as well.
So like you just said, and like I just said before, it was a big change for me going down south, going 5+ hours away from home and seeing what it was like. And, obviously I really enjoyed myself there. I would say some big positives about Florida State for me was, the offensive line coach, Coach Atkins. I think he's one of the smartest O-line coaches and one of the best teachers in the whole country. And, as a guy for me who really has to develop and really wants to play at, the next level and do well in the college level, I need a good teacher. I need a good coach. And I think he's a guy that can really take me there. And then as well as Coach Norvell, he just got there, and I already see him doing a lot of positive things for the program. And I also I like the man and guy he is, even outside of football. And, that's the kind of guy I want to play for.
That's pretty cool. Luke, you are so articulate in your responses and so well thought out. It is it's really impressive, man. I have a feeling you do well in the classroom as well.
Yes, sir.
Let's finish with this. You've identified a top three, and right. I know a big part of that was these are three places that you saw yourself fitting in, and you wanted to be able to focus and make the decision that is best for you without having to think about the other 30 offers or whatever it was, Right. Now that you do have your top three, what's the commitment timeline like? What are you looking to do? When are you looking to make a decision? And how are you going to let this play out?
First thing on my timeline is, I am taking 3 official visits. I'm taking official visits to all those places. First one will be North Carolina, the first weekend of June, and then Florida State the second weekend, and University of Louisville the third weekend. So I'm taking those 3 official visits, and then I'm really gonna crank down and see where I want to go, because I'm planning on committing before the season, whether it's end of the June, mid-July, or early July. I'm not too sure yet, but before the season is definite.
Awesome, man, Luke. It has been fun to watch you develop, fun to watch your recruitment evolve. The limited time I've spent talking with you, you are impressive as all get out, and pretty impressive player as well, man, with some size you can't teach. So I'm very happy for you. Congratulations on your top 3. I know the fans are going to be pumped up when they hear that they are in the race for your commitment. And we wish you the best of luck, man. I look forward to watching you play next year. It's crazy to think you have another year of high school football.
Yep.
And then, hopefully I get to catch a college game at some point as well, man. But thank you for your time, and wish you the best.
Of course. Thank you.